Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. Going anywhere? I'm YouTube famous now. And when you're YouTube famous, you do Q&As. I love the Q&As so much, right? So the other day, it was very late at night, and I was like doing my facial regimen in the bathroom, which basically means I just wash my face with water before I go to bed and brush my teeth. And I posted this picture of me. I'm just waiting for them to ask me to be the supermodel of the world. You see? And I said underneath here, it's time I did another raw Q&A. Ask me anything below and I'll answer it in my next Q&A video. And I got lots of questions. So I thought, well, let's just get into this and kind of do, different than usual, like a rapid fire Q&A. Because I kind of get like hooked up on some questions and then I only get to like 5 or 6 questions. And I thought, Peter, just do the questions and get them out. So, I've kind of gone through some of the questions and I'm going to answer some of them and not all of them. And some of them I've answered before. And if I don't answer your question, it's probably because I've answered it in another platform like YouNow or something like that, right? Okay. First question, and I'm just going to read the question, not who it's by. I'm sorry if you want to go to the picture. Thank you to all of you that left me questions. But I mispronounce the names, and then people get their feelings hurt, and then I feel bad, and I'm like, okay. So first question is, when is your next book coming out? My next book is coming out January of 2018, hopefully, okay? And I'm actually working simultaneously on 2 books, so the other one will probably come out the following summer. What is the trait you like most about yourself? I love how interesting you are. Said, well, I guess I'll read some of the names if I can understand what the names are, because sometimes I feel so bad when I read them. Emma Colley said, well, Emma, I guess my favorite trait about myself, I've said this in another video, I said that is that I'm forgiving, but I have to say that one of the things as a result of my vlog, if you don't know, I'm vlogging every day for the year of 2017 on Peter Vlogs. It's listed below. And so many people really seem to like that kind of platform where I just talk about my life and everything. And 2 things that have come as a result of that I really enjoy is, number 1, that I'm able to make people laugh, because I don't really think of myself as a funny person. So when people laugh and they go, oh my God, you made me my day so much brighter, that makes me so happy that I can kind of lift somebody's spirits. And the other thing that I really love, and this is kind of the opposite of that, is when somebody says they cry as a result of my video, because what that means is that something that I've shared about my own life has touched somebody else's heart. And that's a pretty powerful thing to do. To be able to connect with somebody else just by words. I love that. And I think that's the power and a positive way of social media and the internet that we can do, is that we can each share our stories with each other. And I think it's super powerful. And, a lot of times when I'm feeling down, I go to YouTubers that I really like and I watch their videos and I cry and I'm like, I so relate to this, and it really helps. Whose mukbangs are your favorite to watch? My favorite mukbangs are in this order. Trisha Paytas, and I love that she talks and they're just fun to me, okay? And my second is Eat with Chunky. I am super obsessed with Eat with Chunky. And my third is Nick Avocado. I love his videos too. When will you be live on YouNow again? Hee hee. So if you don't know, I go live on YouNow every night. They just offered me a subscription button, so I'm so excited about that. I go on YouNow every night, typically between 9 and 11 Eastern Standard Time. But I'm trying to go on the afternoons too, sometimes. Let's see. If you had a girl dog, what might you name her? That's a really good question. Well, I've always wanted to have all dogs named from To Kill a Mockingbird, but Alex gets to name the next dog. So the next dog would be named London. He's always wanted to name a dog London, and he wants to get a bigger dog next time, like a black lab or something like that, or, We've actually talked a lot about rescuing a pit bull, so that may be our next dog. Who do you think will win Drag Race? What do you think about the concept of fame, and why do you want it or not want it? Oh my God, I just talked about this in my vlog the other night. Well, I think that Shea Coulee or Trinity Taylor will win Drag Race. I love them both. I really like the top 4, so whoever wins in the top 4, I'm totally okay with, but I think it will be Shea Coulee. Well, I guess we'll know who the final 3 are by the time this video goes up, because I'm filming this on Friday and it's for Saturday. But I think it'd be Shea Coulee or Trinity Taylor, and I'm probably wrong, and you're watching this going, oh, you got that one wrong. Okay, let's see. Oh, and about the concept of fame. Well, you know what? I think a lot of people, if you say to them, do you want to be famous? They go, no, they don't. No, right? But for me, I had a friend of mine years ago, and this is what I said in the vlog. that said to me, you have this kind of like need to have people notice you or be famous or whatever. And like, I didn't really even realize it, but like, I do enjoy that. And I'm not going to lie about it. You know, it feels really good to have people like you and give you positive, you know, validation and things like that. And I was thinking about it after we went home from dinner that night, and I was thinking to myself, like, why is that important to me? And I think, you know, having grown up with really no friends and nobody that besides my family who were very affectionate and supportive and, you know, compassionate, other than that, like, I mean, I would have a friend here or there, but like, I really didn't get validation from anybody in the outside world. And so I think to me, it's that whole idea of walking into your high school reunion and being super famous and be like, look, I made it, you know? And I think it's that kind of whole idea. But really, I think at the core of that then is that I need to be okay with myself and I need to be okay with what I'm putting out there into the world. And you know what's interesting about that is that YouTube has really given that to me in a way, not through subscribers, views, and fame, of which I'm YouTube famous. I mean, we know that's a joke, right? But in just that, like, I've met so many, like, really incredible friends, YouTube creators, as well as viewers, that, like, I consider real friends now, you know? And it's just, it's awesome that that's happened as a result of that. So I don't know that I have that need in a way that I used to. Do you think you would be better as a reality type actor, or do you think you could really act in a scripted show or movie? Well, I do believe that I could really act in a scripted show or movie. I would love to do that. I think that if that ever happens to me, because I do put that out in the universe, like I really want to be in a movie or a TV show. I would love to have my own talk show. I mean, come on now, right? I would also love to have my own reality show, and I would love it to be called Peter and His Good Judy Tanya, or Peter and His Good Judy, or something like that. And it would just be like me and my friend Tanya and like our husbands and just, you know, hocus pocus BS. And but I really would love to act in like a very serious role. It's always been a huge dream of mine to win an Oscar. So I'll put that on the universe, you know. I think I really do believe that I could do that. I think in a reality show like Big Brother, I would love to be on Big Brother. It's like one of my all-time favorite shows, but I think I would show my ass, you guys. Like, I think you would see like Peter Monn raging, like Julia Sugarbaker from Designing Women. I think you would see me come out. And I just don't know that that would be, it would make for great TV, but I don't know that it would help me win. You know what I mean? What is a song you play when you're happy and a song you play when you're down? Okay, so a song that I play when I'm happy, let's see. Well, actually, I'll tell you what it is, because I was just listening to it earlier. I can never remember the exact version of it. Hold on, I'm in Lana Del Rey, and I meant to go into Lady Gaga. It is Dance in the Dark, Monarchy Style Light Remix. And a song that I play when I'm sad, and this is gonna sound kind of strange to you guys, but I always, it's not really a song, but I like the music in the background. I look up on YouTube the final like 7 minutes of My Dog Skip, and I watch that. It's actually, when he talks in there about love and loyalty being the greatest things in life. I read that at my mom's funeral, that part in the movie. If you've never seen My Dog Skip, it's phenomenal. It's absolutely one of the most phenomenal movies in the entire world. And if you didn't like it, then you don't have a soul. Sorry. I'm trying to get back into my phone, but I can't. Okay. Let's see. Next question. Not sure if you've ever answered this before, but when did you finally decide to get clean? Did you experience withdrawal symptoms? And if so, how long did they last? Okay, so I decided to get clean when I was 22 years old. I was forced into treatment. I didn't ask to be there. I was trying to drive home one night. I should tell this whole experience in a video, and maybe I will, because I think it's kind of an interesting story to tell. But I drove into the back of a restaurant, a Perkins restaurant, and took out part of their kitchen and then put my car into the ditch. I was trying to make it to White Castle. I mean, you know, I love to eat. And I called my dad, and I knew that I was going to either, I had 2 Class D felonies at that time for fraud, for having a fake ID and using it. Those were Class D felonies. And I plea bargained them down, and so I knew that I was either gonna go to prison, and I knew I couldn't make it in prison, you know, like, let's just be for real. Or I was gonna go to treatment, and I had been to treatment many times. And my dad came out there in a suit and tie at like 5 o'clock in the morning in the middle of winter, and he looked at me, and he was pissed, and he goes, treatment or prison, but I'm done. And I knew he was done, like I knew it, right? I went into treatment, my stepmom took me, my dad talked to the cops, he said he was driving the car which had cocaine, alcohol, marijuana, and at the time my dad was the chief of staff of the hospital that he worked at. I mean, it could have been very, very serious. And so my stepmom drove me to treatment. She had me admitted. I tested positive for everything on the drug screen. I mean, barbiturates, benzodiazepines, cocaine, marijuana, everything across the board. And my blood alcohol level, and I hadn't drank in 12 hours, was a 0.37. It was time for Peter to get clean. And I remember I woke up the next day and I came out of my, like in the detox unit, and the nurse at the station was actually my neighbor I'd had for years. If you like this kind of stuff, this is what I do in my vlog. I just told this story in my vlog the other day. And I said to her, I need to get out of here. And she looked at me and she said, you're really sick, Peter. She was like, your vitals came back, you're really sick. And I didn't even know it, you know, like I had no clue how bad things were for me. I had beginning stages of liver failure from drinking every day. I was 22, so. And yes, I had horrific withdrawals from alcohol. Cocaine goes in 10-day cycles. I was a daily cocaine user. I didn't suffer any withdrawal symptoms from marijuana, and which I smoked all day, every day. And I don't remember about the pills because the alcohol was so bad. I mean, the alcohol withdrawals were so bad. So if you need to if you need to go through detox for alcohol, please check yourself in somewhere, because it's very serious and you could go into seizures and things like that. What does the A in your name stand for? Who's like out there searching for Peter A. Monn? I think I did that on my book. Well, the A stands for, are you guys ready? This is so funny. Alexander, just like my husband. What are your best go-to things to do when you're stuck in a bit of a rut? Well, I get stuck in a rut a lot. Like if I have a lot to do, I don't typically get stuck in a rut. But if I don't have a lot to do, like I'm really stuck in a rut. Does that happen to you guys? So I try to just like treat myself and say, okay, today I'm gonna treat myself. Like I'm gonna go to the casino, I'm gonna go eat something bad, I'm gonna just sit outside and read or watch some TV shows. I'm just gonna enjoy myself. But tomorrow, you're back in the game. That's what I typically do. So I give myself a vacation day. If money were no object, what would you buy? This is from Becky Davidson Pumpkins or something like that. What would you buy? That's why I can't say the names, you guys. What would you buy or do? Any plans for a road trip with your good Judy? Just got back from a 14-day trip with my bestie, Tennessee or Arizona. Okay, so Tanya and I have been to Tennessee together several times. We used to rent a cabin on Lake Norris, Tennessee. Oh my God, so much fun. Okay, a bunch of sober people down there on the lake. Oh shoot, I lost my questions. If money were no option, what would I do? I would redo my entire condo and I would buy a place in Miami. And then I would just go back and forth and I would just make YouTube videos and write, because I just am so passionate about making videos, connecting with you guys. I probably would do a lot of giveaways on this channel, like really cool stuff. Like I would be very Oprah with it, you know? And I'd really like to change some people's lives. Where did my questions go? Hold on a second, please. Okay. I'm not getting very far down here. One of your all-time favorite concerts. Okay, this is funny because I've been to so many shows in my life. I used to follow the Grateful Dead, all kinds of EDM concerts, you know, all that kind of stuff. But my favorite concert of all time, this is so strange, was Ziggy Marley. What's his band called? But it was Ziggy Marley, you know, like, tomorrow people. And I just, like, at the last minute went, and it was incredible. Okay. What kind of deodorant do you wear, or do you prefer to go without? Okay, so this is all in reference to my story time that I did about the prison thing. You don't need to ask questions like that. I know it's hard with social anxiety, but would you ever do a meet and greet? So a lot of people ask me if I would do meet and greets. You guys, I would love to do meet and greets, okay, but let's just be for real, okay? I don't have that many subscribers, and I think for me to do a meet and greet in any major city, maybe 3 people would show up. I would prefer to wait until it's gonna be more people so it would be, you know, like more fun. But what I would love to do, and I talked about this on my vlog the other day too, I'm not trying to sell my vlog, but I did. It's like if I would love to have like a huge Oscar party, of course after I won an Oscar, and rent out like a bowling alley and everybody come in our pajamas and, you know, like order tons of pizza and just all kinds of crap and nacho cheese and chips and just stay up all late night and talking and making videos. I think that would be so much fun, wouldn't it? Have a big wolf pack party. Okay. Have either of your parents, obviously your mom before she passed away, expressed a desire to have grandkids? If so, what did you tell them? Just curious, seeing as you're an only child. You know, it's really interesting that you asked that question. Neither parent really pushed for grandkids with me. I think my mom very much knew as a gay man that she probably, like me being a gay man, that she would probably be like grandma that gets called all the time to like, meaning that like both my husband and I would work. And so she would be the one that asked to babysit a lot. And she was already doing that for my cousin's son. And so I think like she didn't want to be that. That was not what she wanted the end of her life to be about. She would have loved to have grandkids, but she never really expressed that to me. My mom, you know, like, I just don't, my mother loved kids so much, but I think she knew that they didn't fit into my life at that time, and that wasn't something that I really, really loved. My dad, on the other hand, he's asked, but he doesn't push it. Like, he's like, I mean, my dad is 77 almost, so he doesn't really care about grandkids, you know, at this point. I mean, if I had a grandkid, they'd be 90 when he graduates, you know, he's probably gonna live longer than me anyway. Jacqueline asked, since it's your birthday month, my birthday is June 29th, what was your favorite birthday, my best birthday memory? Gosh, that's so hard. My best birthday memory. I don't know. My ex and I used to always travel on my birthday. And I think one of my favorites was just laying by the pool or next to the beach, I mean, in like Cancun and reading this really great Dean Koontz book. You guys, I am not that deep. You want to know, every year Alex has a huge party and all this kind of stuff for his birthday. And he plans it and it's very elaborate. And for me, Alex is always like, we can do whatever you want to do for your birthday. And I always pick the same thing. I want to go see a double feature and I want to eat at Steak and Shake and I want a piece of pecan pie. It's just not that deep for me, you guys. I'm very simple when it comes to that kind of stuff. Let's see. What am I most excited about doing in Mexico? Just relaxing and laying by the beach. What's your favorite movie? To Kill a Mockingbird. Favorite 80s music artist? Well, I love like the old school Smiths, you know, The Cure, those kind of, like I love like New Order, Gene Loves Jezebel, Jesus and Mary Chain. I loved all those bands back in the day. Do you ever get hit on by women? I get hit on by women all the time, you guys. It's really funny. And I think a lot of times, like when I'm standing in the gas station or something like that, like women don't know until I start moving and talking that I'm gay. And then they assume it, you know. But like until then, like women like really check me out. And I think I'm very flattered by that. I love that, you know. Do you think that YouTube has helped with social anxiety? Definitely. I talked about that earlier. Are you excited for Big Brother? Oh my God, I cannot wait. How was it? How was it when you met Jeffree Star? Okay, that's in reference to the casino story that I told. Have you seen Fences yet? I have not seen Fences yet. And actually, I read this question before, a witty comment, and I was like, you know, I should do that this weekend while Alex is gone. Are you scared of change? And if you do you let that stop you, even if it's going to be great? I used to be scared of change. I've learned to really embrace it because everything that I've ever changed in my life, and I mean, I don't believe in like if things are going well to change everything, you know? But when I have gone about and said like, okay, like let's accept this change as being a good move in my life, I'm a believer with floating down the river of life, okay? And not paddling against it. That's just me, but things tend to go very, very well. Will you come to Australia? I would love to come to Australia. Even though you are very secure in your sobriety, do you ever have a craving? If so, how do you deal with those moments? Love you, Peter. I do not have cravings the way that I think a person in early sobriety has cravings. But I do like, you know, if I'm at a restaurant or something, like I'll think like, oh, a glass of red wine sounds good, or which I never really drank anyway. Like, see, this is how, I don't think that way, you know? Like the tall PBR cans, oh my God, those look so good to me. But like, I don't think that way. Like I think 10 PBR cans sound really good. Like, I don't want just one, I want 10, you know what I mean? Like, I want to get, like, just messed up, dancing on tables and if we have to sleep on the front porch, baby, I'm okay with that. I don't even want to remember what happened the night before. And that's where my addiction is, you know? What were your last few Google searches? Oh, this could be dangerous. Okay. Let's see. My Social Blade. I look at Social Blade a lot. Do you guys know what Social Blade is? The definition of bullying. Orange is the New Black. I was reading the cast for the season. I was looking at different book tropes for a BookTube video. I'm really a boring Googler, you guys. But I do love the Google. I mean, I'm on Google all the time. Okay. Are you ever going to come to South Africa? I would love to come to South Africa, actually. I have a good friend that lives in South Africa, so that might be a reality. What advice can you give to somebody having having a long-term relationship, like not getting bored in the relationship. Have lots of sex, definitely. I think sex solves more problems than we want to admit. I think always kiss each other goodnight and always kiss each other good morning, and saying goodbye. I think texting and having date nights, I think is vital. And if you get into a rut, like I've talked a lot about this on my vlog, my husband and I have started going to marriage counseling, and it wasn't because we were having huge issues. It just was that, you know, neither one of us was feeling the same way that we did when we first got together. And we were just talking about this last night in bed, and I was like, do you think counseling's working? He was like, I cannot even tell you how much it has helped my view of the marriage. And I was like, me too. Like, it has like been phenomenal. And we have the most incredible counselor in the world. He's in Mexico right now, by the way. Do you get hit on by women? All right, I talked about that. Because I think you're damn sexy, said Kelly Bean. Well, thank you, Kelly Bean. If you had to dedicate one song to your subscribers, what would it be? Who let the dogs out? Woof, woof, woof. Do you think you will ever do a tour? Okay, I talked about that. If you could go back in time and tell your younger self anything, what would it be? Do it now. Write your book now. Start YouTube now. Go audition for movies now. Audition for plays. Do what you want. Dress funky. Be weird. Don't give a shit what anybody thinks, because they don't matter. You matter. That's what I would tell myself. I kept myself. There are so many things I would have done with my life if if fear had gotten out of the way, you know? And now I'm doing all those things and I'm 44. It's hard to catch up, you know? But it doesn't matter. You can do anything. I'm not going to Pride this weekend. A lot of people ask about that. I don't have anybody to go to Pride with because Alex is in Chicago and it's PP&P special weekend. Okay. Would you rather this is becoming a very long video, but I'm going to try to answer all of them. Would you rather only ever read books or write books? Read books. I'm late to this, but if you woke up as Alex and he woke up as you, what's the first thing you would do? That's dangerous. I can't say that. It's a sexual thing. I'm married. I can do what I want. Is your merch out yet? No, you guys, it is taking me slow. It's Christmas. It's coming. I'm working on it. Okay, listen, it's not coming from China. Like, that's not a joke, but like, it is coming. Okay, you guys, I promise. What's your favorite thing to do with Alex? No. You know what my new favorite thing to do with Alex is, besides that, because I do love to do that. But my new favorite thing to do with Alex, well, take naps with him, because he won't take a nap with me ever. He thinks it's a waste of time. But 2 is going to get ice cream. We have been going to get ice cream. This is why I'm so fat. We've been going to get ice cream so much this summer, and I'm totally loving it. What did you want to be when you were younger? I wanted to be a writer for soap operas. I watched with my grandma All My Children, One Life to Live in General Hospital, literally almost every day in the summer. Or I wanted to be a host on a game show. Can you see how much TV affected me? And last question by Melly. 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 Have you any regrets in your life? Ever get scared of growing older? You know, I don't really have many regrets. I have things I wish I had done differently. I've learned from everything in my life. You know, I'm not a believer that there's no regrets. When people say, I have no regrets, that is such a bunch of horse shit, okay? We all have regrets, don't we? I mean, like, there are all those people out there that we dated and you're like, I don't claim that person. You know what I mean? Like, we all have regrets in life, and I have them too, you know? But I've tried to learn from all the things that have happened to me, and as far as growing older, I don't really give a rat's ass about the white hair and the beard and all of that kind of shit. I mean, the body aching in the morning and hard time losing weight and skin getting wrinkles. I mean, that stuff sucks. It does, right? Let's just be for real. Especially when you have a husband that's 12 years younger than you, whose ass is like that 24 hours a day and you can bounce quarters off of it. I wish my ass was like that, but it's not. But that, you know, what's hard for me is that I'm running out of time. Does that make sense? Like, time's going quick. And there's a lot I want to do. And I don't want to wake up one day and look back on my life and have regrets. And I'm very, very thankful that at the end of my mom's life, you know, before she went into a coma, we were able to have that last conversation. And I think we both knew it was the last conversation. And I asked her a lot of things that I wanted to know. And, you know, I said to her, Mom, you know, looking back on your life about regrets, like, what do you regret? And I'll never forget. She paused. She was laying in the bed upstairs, and she paused and she looked at me and she said, you know, she goes, looking back on your life, it's not the thing, I'm going to get teary-eyed and start crying. She goes, it's not the things that you did that you regret. It's the things that you never did that you regret. And I really try to remember my mom's words at the end of her life. You guys are assholes. I really try to remember my mom's words, you know. and those things like that that I can learn from. And I think that in life, those things that we regret, if we learn from them, we turn them into wisdom, we turn our wounds into wisdom, I think then we can have the most magical life. Because life is a constant journey of learning and growing, I think. And I love every bit of it. Life is magical. It's amazing. And I wouldn't miss a bit of it for anything. So thank you guys for all those questions. That was really fun. I love you. Follow me on all my social media. And I've talked enough about my vlog that you should follow it. It's listed below. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.